We know you come to this podcast for high-caliber journalism,
That's right.
fearless reporting, and brave takes on hot-button issues.
And even though we missed the cutoff to submit for the Pulitzer this year,
This close.
we know they'll be coming to us, honey, after they hear this motherfucking episode.
An exploration, an expose, an exciting look into the adventures of cum-dumpery.
So grab a condom. Oh, wait, no, I guess don't.
No.
Okay, grab some headphones and enjoy.
75 loads from top to bottom. Okay.
Forever. Dog.
When your first choice is a big old bus,
You turn around and boom, you end up with a sloppy seconds. Oh, diva. A few weeks ago, we were just minding our business being gay and looking at the internet.
doom scrolling on Twitter, faving slutty butt pics, and sending certain posts back and forth to one another via DM with shady comments attached.
When all of a sudden, we could feel a shift in the air. Something was going viral on gay Twitter, and it wasn't Dipper.
Why was everyone talking about 75 loads?
You mean 75 loads of cum?
Well, I'm not talking about loads of laundry.
I mean, we all remember Dawson had the
Oh, I got
50
you. I got
loads
you with that one,
weekend.
huh?
That was a good one. But someone took 75 loads
In their butt?
right up their butt. There were a lot of memes. There was lots of commentary. And it really was at the forefront of a lot of gay conversations.
And so we're two people who love
We're
to
just
jump
two
on a
regular
bandwagon.
people.
Two regular people. We do, when we see a bandwagon going by, we do love
We got to get
jump-
on.
We got to jump up upon it. So
I'm trying to get off the wagon. I'm talking about tequila. Oh, sorry. What happened?
We decided to do what we do best: investigate.
So, here we have for you another sloppy second special report. 75 loads from top to bottom.
Now you see there's some wordplay. That's West Side Story, isn't it?
No, we've literally been through this before. It's not.
Okay, fine.
I'm doing the intro to the song Astonishing from Little Women, made famous by Sutton Foster.
Well, it's our special report music. So as you know, we are a very sex positive podcast. We love to explore what people are into, what gets people off. And we even had a cum dump on a podcast recently, a few months ago, and they talked about their cum fetish and their annual cum load, which they log onto a spreadsheet. So of course, we wanted
We had to
this.
investigate.
That's right. So
75 loads, baby. We're in.
I feel like you were maybe more shocked than I about the number.
Because I couldn't wrap my mind around the math of it. Like, how are you getting 75 people into a room, getting out? And then
You're trying to get 75 people to attend Fat Slut.
Yeah, and I can't do it. No, I'm just trying to get, wrap my mind around that. And then my next thought wasn't like, that sounds hot. It was like, that sounds like it hurts. What were your thoughts?
Well, I have been aware of cum dumpery for a while. Obviously, we had our friend on the show, Jeff.
But that was
cum dump.
different. When we had the previous cum dump, it wasn't about, like, he had an annual goal and he was doing whatever, but it didn't seem like he was setting up shop in a hotel room.
In a hotel.
Taking requests.
So I keep my ear to the ground when it comes to sexual Twitter, and I definitely knew that this type of stuff was
I keep
going
my ear to the
on.
ground and my fist in a hole.
So I definitely knew this stuff was going around. And what's interesting is since this moment, which, it was memed, drag queens were retweeting things, Detox posted, whatever about 75 loads. Everyone was sort of like, it was like an inside joke that everyone was talking about 75 loads.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, he's taken 92 loads.
It's so crazy to me.
So, I think it's less about the actual number and the logistics. And I think today's episode is a lot more about the cultural shift, the trend of being
Cum
a cum
dumpery.
dump and cum dumpery.
Mhm.
And I think there are a lot of people out there who are like, if I'm gonna get fucked, it's not gonna be by just one dick and one load of cum. I'm looking for a whole parade.
Yeah, I'm setting up shop and we're getting them in.
76 Trump.
76 Trom loads gave to me. Wait, what is this? Oh my God.
You better sing. You sing all you want, Dave.
I'm not going to say anything more. But
Okay.
you know what just dawned on me and I didn't even think to ask anybody? What do you think a room like that smells like?
Okay, well, I have some people. One of our guests today talks about like their affinity
Affinity to
To-
eating slapping booty?
yeah, eating sloppy booty. So they like that. Other people are like, never come to me with cum in your ass. It smells rotten. So
Yeah.
I think it's a personal preference.
But this
I
week,
think that room probably smells like BO because people are working up a sweat.
So we wanted to get some more professional opinions on cum dumps, not just talk back and forth about what we think is going on. We wanted to talk about the rise in the trend and logistics behind it and why it's so hot for people. So we asked Austin Avery, a porn star, to chat with us. Now,
Right.
Austin makes some very hot pornography. He's got an ass you could bounce a sandwich off. And he's quite a vocal moaner.
That's right. And in a surprise twist, Miss Austin, she loves to top cum dumps.
She said, I turned the wig around.
Turn the wig around. So, anyways, please enjoy our chat with Austin and welcome them into your ears, please. We're here to talk about cum dumps.
Cum dumps.
So first of all, you are known in the porn industry predominantly as a bottom. Do you identify as a bottom or verse or a top or whatever? Is it just work?
Yeah, I love that you asked this. Definitely in my professional persona, it is predominantly bottom content. So I'm known for being a bottom in the industry for sure. In my personal life, it's honestly like an even split. And I do have topping content as well. So I consider myself verse, but most people want me to bottom, and I'm totally at peace with that too.
Peace
So
with it.
I'm at peace with
And I'm
that.
at peace
I'm
with
peace with that.
bottoming.
But it's funny because it kind of segues perfectly into the cum dump conversation, because cum dumps, they don't care. A lot of times if I want to top and I bring somebody over and they will see my ass, and then I'll have to at least be versed, or if I'm in a topping mood, it can spoil it because they're like, oh, I want to fuck you now. But a cum dump more than often, most of the time they're not even looking around to see who it is, or they're blindfolded or something.
Right.
So it's I don't have to worry about that dynamic coming up, and I can just top and not worry about it.
Because I do want to read, when I texted you to interview with us, you did respond with, I love this. I can talk endlessly about cum dumps. I discovered them when I moved to LA, and now I'm addicted to fucking cum dumps 100%.
100%. I have an addiction, and I have to check myself too, because if I am topping cum dumps all day, I have no loads left for my actual filming.
Yeah.
So it becomes to be something that I have to keep in check, because also LA is the cum dump capital of the world.
Really is.
You can't convince
what
me
happened? What
When
happened?
did this start? Because I feel like I didn't know about cum dumps until
recently.
I've seen videos of cum dumps, but I didn't know it was a thing where it was happening
all know
all over the
Dawson.
city. We all know Dawson.
It is sweeping LA like crazy. I don't know if it's the same everywhere because I discovered it here, but it's crazy. There's so many, but even so, there's not enough loads in LA to appease all these bottoms. Let me tell you, they're going
so
for.
true.
And then because the thing about cum dumping is you're going for a load count. It's
Right.
a numbers game. A lot of these guys, the best way to do this is to not be selective. That's why it doesn't really work out for me. In theory, I love the idea of having multiple loads, and given the right situation, the right kiki or party, maybe that might happen.
Right.
But I'm never going to be sitting up at home trying to facilitate. It's just not for me. But
Do you feel like you need to know the person or at least be attracted to them in some way? Because
Exactly.
these
When I'm
cum dumps are
bottoming,
literally just like anybody. My 95-year-old grandpa can swing by.
Don't do that because you're misrepresenting that tweet, Meatball, and we will get into it.
Okay.
no, the common phrase is no loads refused.
Right.
No loads refused. So, I think that's the best. Technically, you can be a selective cum dump, I think, if we're like splitting hairs here, but it doesn't go very well to your favor. Because if your goal is load count,
Lows.
you just make it harder for yourself if you're trying to be selective. Like I've tried being a cum dump before, and it just, you can spend all day long on these apps trying to facilitate the dicks after dicks, even in LA, which is cum dump capital of the world. Like it's still hard to like, I was like, my best I think was maybe like 4 loads in like 2.5 hours.
Right.
Oh,
and it
wow.
just wasn't
I
like,
thought there'd be more.
because I'm because I'm selective.
Oh, right.
And I'm not just okay with anybody coming up and giving me my load. I kind of want them to be cute or whatever. So that's why I say I don't identify as a cum dump, but I love fucking them because actually it's funny. It has honed my top skills. It's like made me a better top.
Because you get to watch other people at work.
No, I don't.
Because you try to make an impression.
Well, no, just because sheer practice. Like in my personal life, when I'm like trying to find partners, they all want to top me.
Yeah.
The cum dumps, it doesn't come up. They don't want to see my ass at all. So it's like, it just gave me more top practice. And then I worked on like my stamina, because even though I was versatile before, whenever I stick my pee-pee in a booty, it was it's like immediate.
And those
ejection,
are professional porn terms, pee-pee and booty?
Yeah, you texted me.
Yes.
You said, "Can I be explicit on the
I know,
show?"
I know,
And then you said
like,
pee-pee and booty.
I have like a potty mouth. Yeah, no. It's funny, but no, I used to come immediately.
Yeah.
And like immediately ejaculate. But nowadays I have a lot more stamina when I'm topping, and it's directly related to like practicing on cum dumps like throughout the day.
So do you remember when 75 loads went like that idea was viral on Twitter? Do you remember seeing this?
Okay,
like
yeah, I
weeks
think
ago.
I know. Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And like people were making memes about it?
Yes.
Okay. So that seemed to have caught a lot of people's attention, because I think a lot of people who were out in the world fucking cum dumps, who were on the apps, who were on Sniffies, who were on BBRT, like they were knowing that people were trying to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But when this caught wind and there were like queer celebrities and drag queens making jokes about 75 loads, I think a lot of people were like, wait, a person just got a hotel room and then put the number out publicly and then waited for people to come in their ass? Yeah, you couldn't believe it, right?
Because anytime someone's done like a hotel thing, it's kind of like what Austin was talking about, where it's like you're selective. You give them the location and you know like kind of around what time they're coming. It's not an open casting call.
Well, oftentimes it is, though. Oftentimes it is. It'll be like a no loads refused type of situation, and they'll have like a room number and they'll just leave the door cracked. And they're not really vetting the guys very thoroughly. Sometimes they don't put the room number on the actual like public post. But if you message them, they'll just immediately send you an address or a room number or whatever the case may be.
This is him.
Too much.
Oh yeah, I know who that is. Yeah, I have actually fucked him. I don't think I fucked him on the viral week or whatever that he was going, but that particular one, he'll go like multiple days in a row. Like
so he did a Saturday, Sunday, honestly, Monday.
Yeah, he's hardcore with that. Like that's surprising to me. Like it's intense. Like that's a lot.
So
a
lot of them will do like 4 or 6 hours, maybe.
Yeah, right. I'm wondering, like, what is the most amount of loads that you've taken? You said 4 in like 2 hours.
So for me, I don't know. Like, I don't really have my record like thought in my head, but it's probably between like 4 and like 10 or something.
And
loads. Like, I don't know.
You feeling any pain? Does it hurt after a while? Do you just go numb?
After a while, it can get tender. I'm sure for some of these guys, you're gonna get tender. But then again, like we're talking about professionals here. Like nobody just becomes a cum dump without having a hole that's been wrecked for a while, right?
Right.
Like it's not like 18-year-old boy. I don't want to put it out there. It's not like fresh boys, who are just becoming cum dumps. Like you've been a bottom for a while. Like you know how to do everything.
Yeah, I guess you're
already,
right.
like you're seasoned.
So I guess I get
like a cast iron skillet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a couple of interesting tweets that I want to share with you. One, Meatball is convinced that was a trolling. Okay. So, Meatball, do you want to read these?
Yes. From the cum dump. Just extended my stay here at Travelodge. I'll be taking loads from anyone all the way up to about 10 a.m. Monday. I've been wanting to do a 2-day event, and since I'm taking a break the next weekend or so, might as well do it now. A message from Stryker. It's my uncle's 95th birthday. He just wants to get blown. I'll help him get in the room and pick him up when he's done. Thank you for doing this. From the cum dump, his response, this isn't what I'm looking for.
And then
from Stryker,
the following day, right?
That's
from
day.
the 23rd. This is from the 24th.
Sorry, just seeing this now. We came by around 8. He's in pretty good shape, so you probably couldn't tell. He said it was hot, though. Fire emoji.
And then the cum dump response.
Cum dump's response is, okay, I misunderstood the concept of what you were saying then. Glad he enjoyed it, though. I would have never guessed anyone that came through was 95. So he isn't in good shape. He's in great shape. LOL.
Yeah.
No.
Now, Meatball thinks it's
refused.
a troll.
I think
Meatball
it's a troll.
It's a troll tweet because if no loads refused and he's not talking to everyone who's coming in the door, that this person is just sort of like trolling him online and pretending like his 95-year-old uncle came. What do you think?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one to call because it very well could be a troll. There's a lot. I don't know if there's a lot of crossover between people who follow on Twitter and like people who are local to the area that could actually arrive at the cum dump.
Right.
I feel like a lot of the people that they actually catch are on the apps that have the GPS tracking, like the sniffies, because it's all very in the moment. It's like right there, right now. You can facilitate all you want. Like sometimes the app will allow them to create the room like a week ahead of time, even or something, a few days ahead of time. And you'll see they'll have like 30 members committed to going to this thing. But even sometimes then it's like 2 people show up. You know, so it's all it comes down to like very in the moment.
Like throwing
so
an
I
event.
wouldn't trust
You never
anything
know.
on Twitter.
Yeah, of course.
You know, the person on Twitter could be in Timbuktu. You have no idea. So
I have two questions for you. One, when you go to fuck a cum dump, are you
What are you
often the only No, this is not my question.
I prefer to be the only top.
So you don't want to be there when other people are there?
I don't. And I prefer, a lot of cum dumps will specify like in and out, no lingering, no watching. Because some guys will want to linger and watch, or they'll want to like put their hands in, or they're getting off on like more of a group thing.
Yeah.
When cum dump is more about like one at a time, in my opinion.
And you can walk in and get
it's
hard.
It's not a sex party.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
mean,
difference.
It's not a
drop
party.
and go.
It's you're on the move. It's a quick, it's not like I'm trying to be in there for 30 minutes either. Like I'm going to get it out in a quick 10 minutes or less, you know?
Right.
I'm not trying to like,
So
and then when you work up a second load, so you have to leave.
I got laundry going.
What, Meatball?
What?
So you gotta drop a load, leave, go sit in your car and maybe work something up and then go back in.
You want to do the hell out after you come, in my opinion, you leave. But see, I might choose another cum dump for my second load if I had another one. You want like a new one now.
Right.
Yeah,
this is LA.
already
There's a
seen
cum dump
that
on every
hole.
blog. I'm not kidding. Yeah.
So you walk in and you walk in, you see them ass up, you get hard right away.
Yeah, well, not right away. So this is kind of like a confession right now. I kind of like to eat their ass. I don't really care if they've been getting fucked. I'm not asking questions about whose loads I'm tasting. Like it gets me off to eat ass anyways, so that's going to get me hard. And if it's a nice ass and hole, like I'm going to do that first.
And
Let me
that's
get the
how
sauce. Let me taste the sauce.
seasoned.
Yeah, I get a little sauce, get it like going for me, get my juices going, and then I just do my thing. But I don't like toys. Toys don't do it for me.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
So like I have one of those like pocket pussy things. Like whatever they call them nowadays, where you like jerk off into the silicone thing.
They call it
And,
Polly
like,
Pocket.
It feels good,
It's a
but
pocket.
it just doesn't do the same thing. Like, I know there's a come dump a couple blocks away if I fire up my phone and if I want to get off. So it's like more often than not, I'll go
love
ahead
that.
and make the trip.
I love this about
Sexually
you.
free,
I
that you're just like, oh, I need to dump a load. I'll find someone.
How stereotypical
Yeah.
that I assumed you were going to be a little more demure because you bottom so much in your videos. That's very fucked up of me.
Yeah.
No, it's a fair assumption. It doesn't bother me at all, but people are surprised. My personality is like not the expected thing.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Um,
I'm 100% versatile, but I go with what sells online, you know?
Right.
And that's when I'm a little pussy boy, little bottom pussy boy.
Ah! So
Well,
okay,
Meatball,
so
I think
when
you know what your next T-shirt should say. Little
Oh,
bottom,
little
pussy,
bottom
boy.
pussy boy. So what is like? I know for this 75 loads guy, he didn't really mind if people were recording it. Do you
Right.
often record it just for yourself, and like you're not allowed to post it? Are there rules that go into that?
That's a great question, because for me, it's not about recording. I record a lot of my sex life, and
Yeah.
that's for OnlyFans specifically, and that's for like to sell. It gets tricky to try to put this stuff up online if it's a cum dump situation, because a lot of that is anonymous.
Yeah.
And you have to be careful about which websites you post that to and if they allow it and stuff like that. So I don't mess around with recording it. I will record it if they request, like, please take a video for me. I'm like, sure, you
okay.
can post it, but I don't really release it as like, this is an Austin Avery video of me
Yeah.
fucking a cum dump. This is a personal sex life thing for me. Like, this is what
But-
I enjoy.
Yeah. So when they're posting, like, if they want you to record a video, do they have like in the ad, or are they just going to ask you when you're in the room?
No, they'll put it in the ad. A lot of times they'll
Oh.
put like okay with video or
Oh.
videos encouraged or something. Like, yeah, in this case, I think you might have a fan site. Just for Fans is the one that a lot of people will use. There's Just for Fans and For My Fans that you can get away with anonymous content on, but OnlyFans is a lot more strict
Yeah,
on
it's
the
like
rules.
face, the deed to your house, your fucking blood type. Like you have
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
submit all that
Much.
shit. So our final question that we have for you is about just like the culture shift of cum dumps, because we have all seen the uptick.
I remember during like COVID, like the peak of isolation times, we were being told, I think it was like New York governor was like, oh, glory holes are safe.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like that kind of sexual interaction is safer in terms of COVID. You know, you might still want to go to your doctor and get checked for STIs, girl, if you're taking 95 loads, but
Absolutely. 95.
But your risk of catching, like, I guess mouth to mouth like airborne disease would be technically lower. So like maybe that made people feel more comfortable. I think it's just like a cultural thing that caught on due to like bottoming being more popular and like just ass being more popular and like I don't know, just
Yeah, porn is
everything
less dicks, like
coinciding.
giant dick centric now. It's more about like the bottom.
Well, yes and no. I feel like the tops still get all the glory in porn, to be honest. Bottoms are interchangeable. It's harder to stand out as a bottom, I think, than if I had like an 11-inch dick. It would not matter. I could get away with murder.
I guess.
You know?
Yeah, I see that.
But no, definitely like the trend right now is like for these like bubble butt bottoms, like taking all the power and like being porn extraordinaires.
Oh my god.
I love it. I love it.
I want to see like
it's-
a Power Rangers squad of all the bubble butt bottoms from porn sites.
Ooh, Halloween 2022 goals. That would be really cool, actually.
Yeah, it's like full
No, I think I'd be-
superhero, but the ass is cut out.
It's just the butt cut out. It's like that scene in Spice World.
I call yellow.
Absolutely.
Oh,
She's a piss girl.
Yes.
Well, listen, thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much for coming by.
Thank you very much for having me. This was like a full circle moment speaking with you guys on this podcast. Thank you so much.
We all have days when we want to eat well, but just don't have the time or the energy to plan, shop, and cook.
That's exactly where Factor comes in. They deliver fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs right to your door.
With Factor, you can stay on track with your nutrition goals, whether that's high protein, balanced meals, or overall wellness, without any extra effort.
The meals are fresh, never frozen, and ready in just 2 minutes, which makes it easy to fit into your routine.
You know, I love coming home after a long day and having a tasty and filling Factor meal. It's waiting for me, and I don't have to worry about shopping. It's quick and easy, and one less thing I need to think about when I get home.
You know, I'm feral for fish right now, and I always get my fix with Factor. I recently had their scampi-styled shrimp and salmon, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint.
So get Factor today and start enjoying delicious and nutritious meals.
Head to factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50 off and use code sloppyseconds50 off to get 50% off and free daily greens per box with new subscription only, while supplies last until September 27th, 26. See website for more details.
That's factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50, like the number, off. Sloppy Seconds 50 off. Okay, something about me. I love shopping. If you love shopping too, you have to check out Rakuten.
And all you have to do is shop, 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 shop. And with Rakuten, you get cash back and rewards on almost everything you buy.
Exactly.
Shop.
Homeware, daily essentials, jeans. We're talking eBay, CVS, and even Levi's.
Ooh, so I can buy a vintage couch, tons of paper towels, and grab a new pair of jeans and still get cash back.
And that's not all. You can even stack those rewards on top of sales and coupons.
But Big Dipper, how does this magic work?
Well, I'll tell you. Rakuten is paid by partner stores to send them shoppers, and then Rakuten passes on some of that money to you, the member.
Rakuten is so real for that.
Plus, Rakuten has 17 million members who are already saving. Don't you want to become one of them?
Join for free at Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app and start saving money now.
That's Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app today. Do you want to improve your sleep? Well, listen up and get a Helix.
Whether you sleep on your side, your back, your stomach, Helix makes premium mattresses that are designed to fit your specific sleep style.
You know, now that it's spring, why not upgrade your sleep game and get a Helix mattress?
And you know what?
What?
I can guarantee you that they have a mattress for you with over 20 different styles and models for you to sleep on. I love sleep. I can't get enough of it.
And I love my Helix mattress. So ever since I got the big and tall, I know we go on and on about it, but it's a perfect fit for me. I haven't had a mattress before that I was able to select a model from, and I'm so happy I got to do that with Helix.
And I too have the big and tall model, and it's perfect for my big and tall body. I loved it so much, I got a second one from a guest room.
True.
Yes, baby. And the people are sleeping great in there when they eventually do sleep in there.
Best of all, Helix delivers right to your door with free shipping in the US, and you can get a 120-night sleep trial to make sure that it's right for you.
You also get peace of mind because Helix mattresses are backed by a limited lifetime warranty and have been recognized by experts at places like Forbes and Wired. And me. I am a sleep expert too.
Period. Go to helixsleep.com/sloppy to get up to 27% off site-wide during their Memorial Day sale.
That's helixsleep.com/sloppy and make sure you enter sloppy seconds after checkout so that they know that we sent you.
helixsleep.com/sloppy.
Get yourself a Helix.
Well, very enlightening.
He's a top.
You didn't know?
I didn't know, but I did learn a lot about the cum dump scene. I didn't realize it was so popular until we talked to him.
You got to get out in these streets.
Mom, I got to get out.
For next step of our investigation, we figured why not go directly to the source and
To the fount.
to the font. We used our detective skills and tracked down this 75 load taker, which was actually quite easy because he does have a public-facing Twitter account, which is how the whole thing went viral in the first place. So his Twitter is breedlacumhole.
He did agree to do an interview with us,
Right.
but he didn't want to speak with us on the show. He wanted to write. He wanted to do question and answer via email. So we recruited an Emmy-nominated entertainer. She is a global star and has a very recognizable brand new voice. We have Caldwell Titty Q, a.k.a. Roberta Monroe, a.k.a. Bob the Drag Queen, to voice the answer. So everything Bob's going to be saying is a word for word what the cum dump emailed us back.
That's right. So please enjoy our exchange with the 75 loads guy himself at breedlacumhole, voiced by Bob the Drag Queen. You posted on Twitter that you don't really have any gay people in your life or friend circle. Is the only time that you're interacting with gay men when they are fucking you?
Yeah, it's true. I have few to zero gay friends. I honestly couldn't think of any gay males that I could call to hang out with. I'm sure there are multiple reasons. I'm partly to blame for this, but mostly I've become a bit reserved because I've always felt guys only want to hang out just for sex or not create a friendship. Over time, I guess I've learned to mainly view gay males as being momentary hookups and not much more than that. It sounds depressing, I know. I could probably try harder on my end, honestly.
When did you know that you liked taking cum?
I've always bottomed, and the love that I have for taking cum has always been there. I think the same could be said for any average gay male, especially if you're a bottom. And it may be hard to believe, but I actually top more than I bottom. I like taking cum, but I also like giving it. There's a balance between the two that I like to maintain, even though my Twitter account emphasizes the bottoming aspect of my sex life more than anything.
What is it about cum that is so appealing to you?
Why do I like cum? The reason any gay male or female likes it is the elixir of life and youth. What's there not to like?
Okay, so how does it feel to identify as a cum dump and be known on the internet now? Is it freeing?
Honestly, at first I was a bit embarrassed, but I know now that I'm more than a cum dump. Being a cum dump is such a limiting term. I toss the word around because it hits the ears of the targeted demographic. However, much of it's just urban terminology that highlights a tiny aspect of a life of a raw gay bottom. Do I like taking loads? Yes, who doesn't? But cum dump is more of a fun term than anything. I guess people can see it as they want, but view my page and you'll see that I am much more than just that.
What was your first cum dump session like? How many guys?
Oh, my first session went well. Let's say I was happy with the 20 to 25 guys that showed up. I must say, realizing that I could have a room full of tops to myself was much more thrilling and enjoyable than competing with other bottoms at a bathhouse. I mean, I'll take a hotel session over a sex club or a bathhouse any day. No competition, no distractions. Yeah.
What was it like when the 75 loads hashtag blew up on Twitter? When you saw the memes, was it funny? Did you even care?
I mean, okay, well, when I saw that 75 loads was trending, let me tell you, I had a few deep, prolonged laughs to myself. I mean, I was shocked that somehow I was the one who was randomly at the center of all this news, but I found it quite comical of everything. I mean, even the harsh comments and the memes put a smile on my face with a simultaneous feeling of shock, mostly because I couldn't believe what was truly happening, right before my eyes. It was almost unreal that out of all the guys who've been posting porn on social media for years, somehow one video I post turned me into the first trending raw bottom cum dump on Twitter. At least I don't think there have been any others. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Dawson Erasure! He had a 50-load weekend. Once you set up a cum dump session, how much time do you spend messaging people, inviting guys over, and sharing the address? And on how many different websites and platforms are you sharing it on?
When advertising for my sessions, I begin putting the word out on Twitter and Sniffies in the week prior to the hosting date. Now, I used to spend the entire session day posting the address of the room, number on social media, but these days, I have to just post it a few times and I'm pretty sad without having to make any continuous posts. I use Twitter, Grindr, Sniffies, BBRT, and sometimes Jack. And I also have friends in the community who help advertise for me via their own platforms.
Now, when you're at the hotel, do you have like a door person? What are their responsibilities? Who's running the door?
Okay, in my hotel room, I am the host and the door person. Since these events take place at hotels, I try to minimize visibility as much as possible. Like handling these things on my own has never failed me, but maybe one day if I'm hosting these parties in my own home or my own property, I'll hire a doorman.
Have you ever had a situation where another bottom tries to steal some loads from you by like offering up their hole? How do you stop this from happening?
Okay, it's rare that other bottoms show up and try to get loads. And I make it clear that no other bottoms are to take loads in my room. However, in rare moments it has happened. I'm usually too busy getting top to care. I mean, the tops will mainly use the bottom as a temporary hole or as some sort of fluffer until whoever is banging me has finished. I mean, after all, I am the one they came for.
Yeah, you're the famous cum dump now.
So what happens when the police show up? Or is there like a noise complaint?
Why do you bring the police into this, people?
Is the room ever too loud? I mean, I guess so. If I would call the police if I saw that many people coming in and out of a room. Police.
Narc.
I mean, so far I've had very few issues with the police or noise complaints that I know of. I mean, I did have the police get called on me once by a hotel manager, but the cops literally came, spoke with the manager, then left a few minutes later. They don't bother to come speak to me, and the manager left me alone for the rest of the night afterwards. Like, not entirely sure what happened there, but I did try to keep it a little bit low-key for a while after that, just to be safe. Like, low-key meaning pausing the level of online promotion I was doing until I was sure the coast was clear.
Has a hotel employee ever joined in or walked in, asked what's going on?
Okay, a hotel employee did join me for the first time at a session in Atlanta years ago, and I thought it was kind of hot. He was a clerk who had seen me on Grindr and came to my room to partake in the action after his shift was over. It hasn't happened again since, but the idea of it is definitely a turn on.
Would you consider monetizing your efforts? Maybe creating a short film and having everyone sign releases to produce it?
Yeah, I would love to shoot a film similar to like that of Dawson's 50 Load Weekend, but I need help making it. I mean, if any producers out there want to assist in recreating this film with me, I guarantee you it will be a hit and worth the time and effort that it takes to bring something of that caliber to life. As of now, I have Just for Fans account, which is definitely helping me in the early stages of monetizing this movement. The link to my Just for Fans is right here if anyone's curious. It is justfor.fans/breedlacumhole, CUMHOLE.
So do you have regulars that you enjoy seeing or feeling?
Oh, I love my regulars. I mean, it's nice to know that the tops are enjoying themselves and look forward to coming back. And it's always a pleasure to see familiar faces, especially since, once again, I have very few gay friends to call on these days.
It's like Cheers, where everybody knows your name. Or I guess everyone knows your dick. Or
Everyone knows your hole. Has anyone ever brought you a gift? Not the gift, but a gift.
Guys have bought me cash tips. I mean, to me, that's the best gift that one can give.
When do you know it's time to stop?
I mean, I know it's time when it's 10:30 a.m. and the hotel is requiring that I check out by 11 a.m. I mean, besides having to check out, nothing else is stopping me. I mean, if I could keep going, I would. I mean, I have managed to host a 2-day/night session on 2 different occasions, but I haven't done so in a while because it takes quite a bit out of me. It's more difficult going for 2 days straight, but I have done it and probably will do it again at some point. We'll see.
Well, do you ever get hungry or sleepy?
I used to get more hungry during my sessions than I do now. When I first started hosting these events, I used to eat snacks sometime toward the end of the night, but I noticed that doing so would cause my stomach to feel a little bit uneasy. And over time, I've just trained my body to be okay with intake of like just water and juice over the course of the day/night. I mean, everyone is different, but for me, fasting in order to keep my stomach feeling nice and empty is totally doable and worth it in the end.
What is the longest you've stayed awake taking dick?
I mean, usually when it hits around like 3 a.m., the traffic slows down a bit, and I'm able to take like intermittent naps throughout the night. I don't take any drugs or pills to keep me up, except like a little Molly sometimes. Okay. But getting bits of sleep here and there is a must do for me. So say no to meth. Just say no to meth.
Absolutely. And the biggest question that most people comment about online is, are you nervous about getting an STI or other kind of virus or illness? I mean, being exposed to taking so much fluid from other people, you'd think there's a high chance.
Honestly, there's obviously a huge risk in partaking in these activities. I do not advise anyone to copy me or try to replicate what I'm doing, unless it is something you're absolutely driven to do. I've been undetectable for many years, so HIV is not my biggest concern as I take daily medications for that regardless. I also received the HPV vaccine years ago, and in all that time of me hosting these events, the only illnesses I've ever received have been easily treatable with antibiotics that are widely available and easily accessible. Ironically enough, I've never even caught COVID as a result of hosting cum dump sessions. I'm not saying I don't think of the risk factors, but I have done and will continue to do everything in my power to stay as protected as possible while being aware that I am still taking the risk. But at the end of the day, 75 loads in a 20-hour session can give you STIs. Or just one person in a 5-minute hookup can give you multiple STIs. The risk is there either way, and I can guarantee that most of us have taken and will continue to take some risk regardless of how many guys are involved. Raw sex is risky no matter what. Whether you choose to take on the risk or not is entirely up to you.
Thank you so much, Bob, for doing this with us.
Yes.
How do you feel?
I'm very excited to be portraying the role of Breed LA Come Home. This is a great acting exercise, and maybe when it goes to a feature film, I'll be considered for the role.
Oh,
I
wow.
think you could have a feature doing that. Now, just to separate
a lot
yourself,
of studying, though.
separate yourself from the character. Just briefly, do you have an opinion on any and all of this?
Yeah, what do you think about this?
I think that consenting adults should be able to do whatever they want to do. As long as everyone is consenting, I have no shame in this. I do have some slight concerns in regards to COVID-19 because it's kind of hard to. COVID is tricky in terms of consent because, on the way home, someone doesn't have to consent to be in your space to get COVID. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like someone taking the Uber home and the Uber driver he's not getting any cum on him, but he might be getting some droplets.
Yeah.
But that's all. But I will say also, living your life is, as someone who currently has COVID-19, you can just get it just about anywhere. So, and Omicron is not a game. She is contagious.
She ready to break through your mask.
Yeah, I keep seeing COVID just keeps doing costume changes. I'm like, bitch, we know it's you. We know it's you.
She said, "New year, new dress, new me."
So, do you think that he takes loads in his mouth too, or is it just the
100%?
butthole?
Oh, I thought it was just butthole.
No, he takes loads in his mouth. He, in fact, tweeted something else where he said, "I think I've taken so much cum down my throat, my body is actually sustaining, which is why I did 2 days of this because I have so much protein. There's enough energy."
Bob, have you ever lived off cum?
I have not.
Maybe if you're ever stranded on an island.
I usually take cum in the small doses that it comes in during sex, from one, maybe two people at the most. So I've never sustained off of more than a few ounces at a time.
I've swallowed a lot of semen this season. Pretty sure that's why I'm not hungry yet. My body is literally feasting on cum.
This session.
Honestly,
the session. I thought he said
is.
I thought he just meant all of winter.
Spring, summer.
He should write a book because he's really good at writing erotically. He should write.
Well, he just wrote all those answers that you read aloud. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Bob the Drag Queen portraying Breed LA Come Home.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Okay, so we've heard everything that we needed to hear from the 75 loads dump taker. We've heard
taker?
What? He takes the loads.
You take loads. He's
but
a
now
dump taker.
it's a dump. And then he dumps it out. Well, we'll figure out what happens to it now because we have the very famous butt doctor from TikTok. It's Dr. Carlton is here.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm really, really happy to be talking to you guys. Like I was telling you earlier, I just got done with 20 buttholes, so I'm ready to talk.
Now tell us about
Now
what
tell
is
us
it?
what's that like? What's going on?
Is 20 a normal day of buttholes?
That's a normal Friday for me. So basically, I do endoscopy and colonoscopy on a couple of days a week. And, I get in there and I look for all things like colon cancer, colon polyps, colitis, all kinds of things. So the colon is 5 feet long. So basically what I have people do is do a big prep where they completely clean out their colon the day before. They come in the day of, they get some great drugs, get knocked out completely. And while they're asleep, I take a camera that's been sterilized and lubricated and insert it into their rectum all the way around to the very end of the colon, which is, like I said, 4.5 to 5 feet long, to look for any precursors for colon cancer and prevent colon cancer.
Is it always clean?
No, honey.
You gotta take the camera out and wipe it off a couple times.
Because they're not cleaning out like people clean out to prep for anal sex.
But you can't clean out 5 feet with
let me
the
just
douche.
hold on, Lex. Let me just finish what I was saying. They're just drinking the juice, right?
Well, they gallon of stuff to flush out their system, and they can only have clear liquids the day before. But a lot of people cheat. People cheat, and
they're like, "You won't see this patty melt," and you're like, "Yeah, I will."
Yeah, exactly, I will. Yeah, exactly. I can tell when you cheat. I can tell when you had a salad. I can tell what you ate last night. Half of our time is spent when people don't prep well, saying, "Oh, I wonder what that looks like corn."
You eat corn. You have a little corn salsa.
Oh my god!
So it takes a special certain sense of humor as a GI doctor to kind of do what we do, but that's what we do.
Do you ever get sick of looking at beeholes all the time?
Well, I gotta say, some people say, "Oh, I'm so jealous of you. You get to look at assholes all day long. That's so hot." And I'm like, "Honey, I gotta tell you, there have been 2 buttholes in the course of probably almost 20 years now that have made me nervous."
What do you mean nervous?
Well, like the guys were so incredibly, amazingly hot that I was like, "Wow, oh
you're
my
like,
god!"
And
but
your
you
butthole?
said the rest of the ass trash.
Right.
Just disasters back there. But
Does anyone ever show up post coitus being like, "What's this about?"
Oh yeah, have you ever found
looking
cum
loose,
in
or
there?
you're like, "There's something going on here. Why'd you show up loose?"
It's usually more the other way around, where people are like, "How soon can I have anal sex after this?" And I'm like, "I don't care if you have it in the parking lot."
Work, because they're like, "I'm fucking squeaky clean. I'm ready to
Exactly.
go."
They're coming off their drugs and they're slowly looking over their shoulder at you like, "Hi, Dr. Kyle."
That happens
God.
a few times.
Ah!
So now we talk about butt doctors a lot and use the word proctologist. Are you that? Is that a thing?
I'm a gastroenterologist, so I specialize in digestive diseases from the mouth all the way down to the anus. Now, proctologists specialize in surgical procedures of the anorectal canal, so like hemorrhoidectomies and fissure surgeries and wart removals and things like that. So I go. It's really odd how territorial medicine is, but for me, I go mouth to anus, and then anything that needs surgery.
I do that from time to time too.
So you say you go ass to mouth a lot.
Ass to mouth pretty often. Can you tell us why anal sex feels good?
Well,
This is Dipper asking for himself because he doesn't think
because
it feels good.
it doesn't
He
feel
hates
good
it.
for me yet, and I really want to make it feel
You keep
good
saying
for me.
yet, but I think you're at the end of your anal.
well, it doesn't feel good for everybody, and it just because a lot of people enjoy it doesn't mean everybody enjoys it.
Mm-hmm.
I have some special tricks that I teach people to try to make things relax so that it's easier for people. I just listened to that Rocco Steele episode, and if you ever go there, honey, you're going to need these tips. So if you think of the anus itself, it's a circle of muscle. The external sphincter is made out of skeletal muscle, which you can clench and release, and your mind can control skeletal muscle, right? The internal sphincter is just a little bit more inside of that and deep to that, and that's made out of smooth muscle. You can't control that, but I have some tricks on how to make that relax. So basically, if you slide your finger in a couple of inches, thinking of the anus as a circle of muscle, I call this trick the butt clock. So stick your finger in a couple of inches and push over to 9 o'clock and hold. Not like jam up to 9, over, but just gently press over till you get some firm pressure.
Uh-huh.
And that tiny little circle starts relaxing and starts opening up. It's like a magic key to your asshole. And then go over to 3 o'clock and do the same thing, and hold it for about 15 to 30 seconds, and then go up to 12 and down to 6. And it's remarkable how many people across the world have come to me and said, "Oh my God, you have revolutionized my husband's and our sex lives together because you've taught us how to relax for anal sex," which is amazing. So this little trick can do a lot. And this is how people get into, this is how fisting happens. Patience, lots of good lube, and relaxation.
Now my mouth watering. Now, I have a question. How is it good for you? I've heard that it's not good for you to douche a lot. Like, to constantly be doing it like 2 to 3 times a week is probably not the best.
Well, I have to say that's probably the number one thing that people freak out about on social media is douching.
Yeah.
I've had so many interactions with people that are so freaked out about it. If you think about it, too much of anything is bad. For the
Except
most part.
for tequila, right, doctor? You can have all that you want.
So when it comes to douching, I tell people to do what they need to do to get clean, to have sex, and not to worry about it.
Okay.
Try to be minimal about it, because if you put too much water up in there or whatever you used to flush out with, it can go over that. It can go over that second over that turn.
Yes.
So 8 inches up is basically all rectum, but you make a turn at about 8 to 10 inches, and that's where your sigmoid colon turns into a loopy S.
Yes.
And if water gets up in there, you could be in the middle of bottoming and then all of a sudden flood.
Yes.
And that's what that is when people put too much water up there and it goes up and around that turn. So you want to, when you're douching, you want to only use what you need to use. Use lukewarm water because you don't want to cramp and you don't want to burn yourself.
Cold water makes it tingle.
But it also can make you cramp pretty bad too. I tell people, if it starts changing your bowel pattern with your douching, like if you start having diarrhea or you become dependent on, you can't go to the bathroom without douching, then that's when it's becoming a problem, and that's when it's too much. But otherwise, for sexual preparation, I don't really freak out about that.
Okay.
Now you have examined the answers to the questions that we submitted, or you read what was sent back. What are your initial? We do have some specifics, but what are your initial thoughts on this?
Well, I don't like to be judgmental about these sorts of things.
Now's the time.
But it definitely, with that kind of volume of encounter, first of all, whose asshole can take 75 dicks in there in 36 hours? Good Lord, honey, that would be so sore.
Also, not everybody's coming. Some people just come to do the fucking and they don't even drop the load off. So it could be more than 75 dicks.
Right. And, some dicks are small and some dicks are pretty big and can really do some wear and tear on that hole. So I can imagine from a wear and tear standpoint, first of all, that's got to hurt. It sounds like he said that he doesn't do drugs, which is a good thing, because a lot of times when people get injured, it's from losing the ability to know when you're getting hurt.
Yeah.
So at least he's maintaining his awareness. So that's good. So if he feels like he's getting hurt, then he can just kind of stop the action.
My thought is that maybe he's using like a numbing lube or something.
Well, I hope not, because those numbing lubes can really, they can lead to bad injuries because you don't know that you're getting hurt.
Dang.
It's so funny. When thinking about stamina, I've just thought about like staying horny for that long, because I'm sort of like, girl, give me these 30 minutes and then let's order a pizza and watch a TV show. Like to sustain the mood, and then also like to not eat and sustain energy. But I wasn't ever really thinking about butthole stamina.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot going in and out of there, and a lot of wear and tear. So that's gotta not be very pleasant, I would think.
Right.
The load situation, I think we talked about that in the sense that he says he's undetectable, which is great. U equals U. You can't transmit HIV if you're undetectable, and that's one thing that our community gets very wrong a lot and discriminates against, which I wish people were better about.
Right.
So he's got that right, but there's always a chance of getting a resistant strain of HIV from someone else, even though you're undetectable. So if you're on a medication regimen and the strain that they have, if they have an elevated viral load when they dump a load in you, if it's resistant to the drugs that you're on, then you could get that infection and have an HIV super infection. Now, the good thing about that is that right now, it's pretty rare for that to happen. And it's rare to run out of options to go to other drugs. There's a million drugs out there for HIV, it seems. And there's plenty of other options to go to, but it becomes a game where you start running out of options if you keep getting these resistant strains of HIV. And the other thing is, okay, what if that was load number 2 and there's 73, 74 guys behind you? And that starts spreading throughout the community. It's almost like you guys are probably too young for this, but there used to be a Gee, your hair smells terrific commercial where the screen would keep splitting. I told my friend and she told her friend,
sure.
and she told her friend, and
MLM.
So it basically just
it's a multi-level marketing cum dump spread.
Yeah, it just like it spreads all throughout LA that way.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this is interesting. So was it a year and a half ago? We had someone who has silicone pumped into their genitals. We had them on the show.
You ever
to
see
talk
one of those
about
in your office?
I've seen silicone.
So you're not allowed to talk about it.
Well, no, I haven't seen it in the office, but I've had
you've seen it face to face.
I've seen it on Instagram and on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Not TikTok, Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
So I've seen it and I'm familiar with it, and I don't get it at all.
Well, and there's also, a fair amount of risk involved because if any of that silicone leaks out in your bloodstream, and so we had this person on the show who talked about it. It's a great episode. If you're a new listener and you haven't heard it, you go find it. It's called A Pumped Dick. I don't know what episode number it is, but it's out there.
It's back there.
Yeah.
But we had this conversation about not calculated, but we had this conversation about risk and about the idea of like, well, many of us smoked cigarettes for decades. We get in a car every day. We choose for thrills. We want to go parasailing or skydiving, or hey, let's get on a speedboat, or let's drink alcohol. A lot of people sort of drink alcohol and then think they can still drive home.
That's crazy
ball.
that someone would do that.
But you know what I mean? So we, in our day-to-day life, we do this, and then we identify one thing that we go, this is the taboo risk. This has more risk than anything else. So I do think it is an interesting conversation because I, as well, come at it from this non-judgmental place of like, this is wild and crazy, but also we all do wild and crazy things. So this person said, in the answer, you also hooking up with one random person for a 5-minute quickie raw fuck in the bathroom at a bar, there's risk just like taking 75 loads in your ass.
Yeah.
Now, the probability is different, right? The statistics.
Yeah, let's do statistics. Let's 75 times 74 times 73. We're going to get to the bottom of this.
No, now we've interrupted the doctor here too much.
No, I totally get what you mean. But it's like Russian roulette. So if you load the gun with one bullet, less of a chance. But if you load it with 5 bullets,
honey,
oof.
Let's talk percentages.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a little misguided what he said. There is more amplified risk based with the volume. And again, not judging that, but just saying, hey, there is amplified risk and you just need to be aware of that. So he mentioned being on medications and undetectable. He had his Gardasil vaccine for HPV. But that only covers certain strains of HPV, and it doesn't mean that he can't get other strains of HPV in his ass. So his ass on the inside, when I look at a camera, could be carpeted with genital warts, and he just doesn't know it.
Carpeted.
I've seen people's asses like carpeted with anal warts on the inside,
but on the outside they just
like
look
a long
lovely,
hair,
gal.
like a shag rug.
Yeah, basically like a shag rug.
Now,
for their pleasure.
Let me ask you about an HPV vaccine because I've never had one of those.
Yeah, me either.
Well, I think it's an important thing for us to be talking about in our community because initially it was just aimed at women and girls for cervical cancer. But HPV also causes anal cancer. That risk is amplified if you're HIV positive. It's much less if you're HIV negative, but it still happens. But if HIV positive and HPV positive, your risk of anal cancer goes up tremendously. So it's important to get anal pap smears, like women get cervical pap smears, to look for any sort of precancerous cells or any HPV, because this, especially if you're HIV positive and you have those high grade precancerous lesions, if you get them treated, the new study, the Anchor study out of UCSF, shows that there is a dramatic reduction in your risk to get anal cancer if you get those lesions treated. So it's something that a lot of people aren't aware of. Typically, HPV, a lot of people are exposed to it early on. So a lot of people just say, "Oh, well, there's no use in you getting the vaccine because you've already probably been exposed to it."
Right.
But it is,
because everyone jokes like, "Oh, we all have HPV at this point."
Yeah.
Right. But it is covered to age 45.
Meatball, let's go get our
Dipper,
vaccines.
you're right under the wire.
I'm right under the wire. I'm like, can I make an appointment, doc?
Yeah, it's approved.
Where are you located? I would like you to look inside my hole and let me know if it's got any carpeting.
I'm in San Diego.
Very close.
Yeah.
You want to know if it's carpeted with anal warts, Meatball?
I just want someone to look in there. Tell me something.
So anyway,
Tell me something good. All right. No, I'm sorry. So basically, yes, you were saying.
Yeah, so with this HPV vaccine, it's approved up to age 45. You can get it later if you pay for it out of pocket. And I think an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure when it comes to this stuff. And who wants asshole cancer?
Honey, sign me up. Not for the asshole cancer, for the vaccine.
For the vaccine.
Let's go get that HPV vaccine, Meatball.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I think a lot of my platform is about harm reduction.
Yeah.
So take PrEP to prevent HIV if you're negative. If you're positive, get undetectable on medications. Do your vaccines that are very commonly affecting our gay community, especially like HPV, hepatitis B, hepatitis A. There was a meningococcal scare in LA and New York. And
I remember that.
I remember getting the meningitis vaccine.
I got that meningitis vaccine too, just out of fear as well. But it's also protective. Obviously, COVID vaccine. So also, when you play with somebody, inspect the merchandise. It's okay to look at it and smell it.
We talk about this all the time. Yes,
If
smell
there's a
it,
tiny
look
red
at
bump,
it,
I'm off. I'm
turn the
out.
lights on.
Yeah.
Get in there with your cell phone camera.
I want to talk about cum, because we're talking a lot about butts.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
we're talking
yeah.
about cum.
What's going on with her?
When you, how is she doing?
How's cum doing?
When you come in a butt, where does it go? Does it seep into the walls, or the only way is for it to be
It's
squirted
gotta
out?
come back out.
Well, cum is made of a mix of sperm and seminal fluid. It's mostly water-based. The average volume is about 2 to 5 milliliters. Average about 3.5 milliliters. So a pretty small amount, like less than a teaspoon for most people. Now, for some people, it's more. So
Dipper.
The thing that gives it the kind of the globular chunky nature is the sperm, and that's made in testicles. The rest of it is made in the seminal vesicles with the fluid and the prostate secretions as well. So there's a lot of things like glucose and fructose and sodium and zinc and lactic acid and magnesium and potassium and also amino acids that are in there. The colon and rectum itself is designed to absorb fluid so that you have a nice firm packaged stool and not just watery shit. So some fluid can be absorbed, but as you've probably seen if you've ever bottomed raw and you go to the bathroom, most of the time it just dumps right out.
Yeah.
Right, because it doesn't stay in long enough.
Now, very quickly, the bottom or the cum dump, 75 loads, said that he had been eating so much cum that he was basically not hungry anymore. And you just listed off a lot of stuff. Is that possible that he satiated his hunger by
swallowing through his mouth,
through his mouth, not through his butt.
Right.
I know I know you can't eat from your butt. I've tried.
Well, you can get about 5 to 25 calories from a load of cum. So it would have to be.
He probably got about 100 calories,
Yeah.
150 calories. That's enough for that's kind of
That's
like a power bar.
That's 8 almonds. You know what I mean?
I mean, if he really took a lot of loads orally, he could have gotten some energy from that, but pretty small amount.
Okay.
I'm disgusted.
And then I guess our last question is,
I can't believe I'm talking to a doctor.
have you, either in your personal life or on your social media platforms or professionally, noticed an uptick in cum dumps and people talking about it
Dumpery.
recently?
I think in the last few years, definitely. I think ever since PrEP has become more available, more people are open to the idea of taking more loads. And I think when you just kind of glancing through Twitter, you see a lot more gangbang kind of sort of videos on there.
Hard G's, gang,
Yeah,
bang.
Gang bang.
But when people come in to talk about what they do, it's like asking someone how much they drink. They always underestimate.
Right.
So nobody's really honest with their doctor about how much
I was
they
honest
talk.
with the doctor once, and he looked at me and went, "You got to be joking." And then he said, "There's a lot of ethanol in your blood," or something like that. And I was like, "Oh, I might be dying." Thoughts? You know what?
Listen, we want to thank you so much for being with us today. Where can people find you?
Well, I'm going to be at Austin Kink Weekend on April 8th through the 10th.
Oh, an
Oh.
in-person finding.
In person, yes, my second show in Austin. My first one sold out. I couldn't believe it. That was last summer.
Congrats!
But this is part of Austin Kink Weekend. At austinkinkweekend.com, you can get tickets for that. It's going to be a whole weekend with dances and this big competition, and all kinds of people are coming in from all over the country, which should
We
be
got
really
to talk
cool.
to the Double Scorpio boys and get out there.
That's
Actually,
incredible.
they're a sponsor, actually.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
they are. I love them.
And then I'm on Instagram and TikTok at Dr. Carlton, all spelled out. And I'm very good about answering my DMs on Instagram in particular.
Yes, you
So
are.
if anybody has any questions or concerns, or they just want to run something by me, I'm always there. I like to use that platform to help people from around the world who don't have access to healthcare. Like I've had people from Saudi Arabia say, if I go to the doctor in Saudi with something on my asshole and they think I've had anal sex, and I could be executed. So can you help me with what's going on? So I do a lot of behind the scenes stuff to try to help people like that.
Well, that's so nice of you.
That's amazing.
You're using your powers for good.
I'm trying.
Well, thank you.
Sure.
And we're back.
So there you have it.
We talked with a porn star. We talked with
Check.
the actual cum dump
Check.
by way of a drag superstar, of course.
Oh.
And we talked to a real life doctor.
All
Anal doctor.
very illuminating conversation. How do you feel about this investigation, Meatball?
I feel more confused than when we started because
Truly?
at first I just was like, let him do what he wants to do. It's a cum dump. But then we got into the talk of like taking care of your body and you don't know what you could be spreading and COVID. And it really made me look at it in a different light.
And I will say,
So I don't know how I feel.
when we spoke to Bob and the doctor, there was definitely, we're going to be dealing with COVID for a while, and we
Yeah.
were there was more of a heightened case number.
Yeah.
Right now we're in like a little bit of a dip. But I will say,
She does the dips at the
she
balls.
does the dips. I did schedule my HPV vaccine.
With Dr. Carlton?
No, I
Oh.
did it with my doctor. But I was like, hi, I would like this HPV vaccine. And they said, all right.
Oh, good for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't know about like the super resistant HIV things, or that it could like create. That was very new to me. So that was kind of scary to hear. Not scary, I guess, just like there's more danger to the whole situation than I thought.
I think actually what I took personally to me,
With 70, 4 loads.
to me, the analysis is that there is a risk in everything that we do, and
Yeah.
it is up to us. We have nothing but this life in front of us, this body, this experience, and if certain things are worth it and certain things are exciting to us, you cannot live in fear. You can be
Never.
smart, you can be wise, but girl, if you are a person who likes to what do they call it? Base jump. If you're a person who likes to go to the top of a
I
skyscraper,
ride a motorcycle.
you
I
ride
could
a
die any
motorcycle in the
day.
streets. If you want to
In
jump
these
off a
streets.
building with a parachute strapped to you, if you want to have 75 anonymous people come and put their dicks inside you, like these things are all up to you. And the thing that I found really maybe inspiring's not the right word, but
Beautiful.
I was glad to hear that everyone we spoke to was not in denial about any of their situations.
Correct.
I need to rephrase that. Because the doctor doesn't really. What I found very not inspiring, but
Expiring.
What am I trying to say, Meatball?
That I think you're trying to say that like there's risks.
Refreshing. That's a
It
good
was
term.
refreshing.
What I found refreshing about everyone in the way that they talked about this topic is that no one seemed delusional.
Correct.
Everyone understood
Well,
what was
I
going
am always
on.
delusional.
You are, yes, of course. But everyone was like, I understand there's calculated risk, but I enjoy this thing, so I'm going to go do it. This is how I take care of myself. And if it's not for you, girl, it's not for you. And I love a doctor who is ready to be helpful and informative and not be judgmental. That was so great.
Yes.
So, you on the hunt for cummies in your butt?
No, but I do think that I might have the third butthole that'll make that doctor nervous, if you know what I mean. Remember when
I
he said-
don't know what you mean.
Remember
What?
when I asked him, I was like, have you ever been like turned on by the butt? And he's like, there's only ever been 2 buttholes that I was like a little nervous about.
Oh,
Mine might be the third.
you have a grade A dumper.
Such a sweet little pink baby hole. Oh my god. Okay. So,
So listen,
where are we? I think we're done.
Yeah, we've ended it. Listen, if this was intriguing to you, go and find a local cum dump near you. Check it out if you feel like taking that risk and enjoying that experience. And if it's not for you, girl, it's not for you. You can watch from afar.
Watch on fire and do not judge.
You can log on to Sniffies and see all the cum dumps that are happening near you, and just be aware that, you know, on that street 3 blocks over, there's probably someone getting pounded out full of loads. And if you're feeling on the fence about cum, why not build a devil's dick in your fridge and fuck yourself with it sometime, or make an omelet out of semen?
Yeah, or froth it up and add it to your coffee. Really start your day bitter. I'd like to give a special thanks to our guests, Austin Avery, which you can find him at onlyfans.com/Austin Avery or Austin X Avery on Twitter.
Don't we just say slash these days?
No, because there's a / and a backslash, and I like to differentiate. Then there's Bob the Drag Queen. We'd like to give a special thanks for hopping on and giving us a little chit chat. You can find Bob at Bob the Drag Queen literally everywhere. And a special thanks to a real man doctor, Dr. Carlton.
Dr.
You know I love a
Carlton
doctor.
makes TikTok videos, Instagram videos. Dr. Carlton loves answering questions, and makes really informative content on the internet. It's just a super warm and welcoming person. So shout out to you, Dr. Carlton. Thanks for being here. And of course, lest us not forget the star of the show. You can find him on Twitter, Breed LA Cumhole. That is his Twitter account. The man, the myth, the legend.
The silly, goofy guy.
Who is a silly, goofy guy who is in March going to be in Atlanta looking for people to film with. Has an eager sexual appetite. This person is a star. Let me tell you this.
And just so horny and only uses men for dick. And I love that for him.
Here, let me just give a quick shout out because it's on the public Twitter. Next 20-hour cum dump session is this Saturday, February 5th. I got a new phone adapter for my tripod, and I will be using phone to capture some continuous dump and pump action from a mounted angle. If you plan on coming, be okay with this. No faces needed, and cover your tattoos if need be. You know what? That is giving an
That is
awareness
very nice.
to consent.
Yes. He's really letting you know. Good for him.
All right.
Well, hope I don't see you there. This has been another investigative journalism podcast from Sloppy Seconds and the Mom Network. Okay. Doodle-doo-doo forever dog.
To listen to Sloppy Seconds ad-free and one day early, sign up for Forever Dog Plus at foreverdogpodcast.com/plus.
Sloppy Seconds is produced by Forever Dog and Moguls of Media, a.k.a. Mom.
Hosted by Big Dipper and Meatball.
Music, editing, and sound design by William Pitts.
Executive produced by Willem Belli, Alaska Thunderfuck, Big Dipper, Joe Cilio, Brett Boehm, and Alex Ramsey.
Our artwork was drawn by Christian Cimarroni.
And our theme song was written by Mike Malarkey.
I think a lot of guys' bottoms signature thing is their butt.
Uh-huh.
So I wouldn't call that a signature. Like, we all have nice asses nowadays. But the moaning thing, I think, sets me apart. And it wasn't even intentional. I was actually really self-conscious about it. When I first started filming, I did a studio scene, and I remember asking the producer, like, should I butch it up? Do you like the sounds I'm making? And he was like, oh my God, it's perfect. And pretty soon I started getting a lot of feedback from people online and subscribers and stuff that were like, I love the way you moan and all that sort of stuff. A lot of female fans like my porn because of that, because I'm kind of like an effeminate moaner, and it's like passionate and sensual of a vibe instead of just like all the time like, well, fuck.
And Meatball Meatball might have a pitch to you about a possible maybe a moan riff.
Yes. Do you know Wicked?
Yes.
Now,
There you
can
go.
I
you-
told you I listened to this podcast.
Maybe you
can you
could sneak that
imagine?
into one of your little porno.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
You and I will have to do an OnlyFans collab, and
It'll be me
Yes.
dressed up as Alphaba in the
With a
corner.
broomstick.
With a broomstick.
and your dick out.
Yeah, there you
Wait,
go.
I